There you go. Hey, I might be getting the hang of this internet thing.
What you want?
What's up, YouTube? FatKings Phil coming at you for my week 261 update from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had back in July of 2013. Details are below. Hey, what do you know? I can figure out that 260 weeks is 5 years. I don't know what the hell I was thinking last week when I said it was like week 263 or something. I've since fixed the YouTube thing, the posting, but whatever. So this week is 261. Hey, hope everybody's having a great week. We got a lot to cover today. Let's get to the numbers. As of this morning, 231.4, which is down 0.2 of a pound from the last time I had a weigh-in for you guys. So I'm going to call that just steady, even keeled maintenance, and very much going along in line with my kind of new attitude of just do the work out when you need to work out, eat what you're supposed to eat. Everybody wins, and not to kind of stress too hard about things. My goal is just to stay right there for right now. If it goes down a little bit, great. But the goal is just to stay put. So, some quick recap on some business here. This weekend, VSG Kirk was out, in Denver for the, Your Weight Matters conference. And I got to go up there and spend the evening with him, having some, dinner with a friend of ours. So that was kind of nice. So that was about it. I did have a little bit of a spin out situation Thursday. I was really kind of in my own head. I definitely felt that whole urge to do the whole eat or drink things I shouldn't be. And I certainly did not cave into that, although I may have made some other interesting bad decisions that didn't involve any substances, but bad behavior. So let's talk a little bit about the whole 5 year video. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I told her, I'm like, I just don't feel the need to even do that 5 year thing. But she kind of was like, man, come on, it's your 5 years. You were driving so hard for 5 years. You really should do it. So at some point, I guess I'll do the whole, side-by-side pictures and what have you. It's not a super big priority to me. All the measurements and side-by-sides and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm just not feeling like it's that important. I mean, like I said, I don't know. This is so weird for me. For those of you that know me, I just feel very centered and like this is my new life. And, I got other shit in my head that's taking precedence right now. I mean, I go back and forth between peace and madness. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna let any of that stuff kind of affect my weight maintaining journey. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but being that I'm not going to do the 5 year anytime soon, I do owe you guys some Q&A. Okay, Sammy Sunshine asks, what are the top 3 things that you think sabotage your weight loss efforts? For me, it is stress for sure. Alcohol lowers my inhibitions, so then I will eat improperly. And then, what else? I think when I get around normies for too long, although I've kind of corrected this sense, I started feeling like, I want to be a normie too. I'm normal now too. But yeah, I can't do those things. And then 2, our other question is, what if you had to do it all again, would you still do VSG or would you have gone gastric bypass? I would have still done VSG. The reason I picked VSG was because I only had about 140 pounds to lose. I knew that was kind of the upper, I don't want to say the upper limit of the sleeve, but the recommended upper limit of the sleeve. I've seen people lose more. I've seen people lose less. I wanted the extra challenge in a way. I still wanted to have to work for it. I know that sounds crazy. I was already doing the work. I just wanted a little bit of help, and I wanted still to be able to eat whatever I wanted in small quantities. I mean, back when I started, I thought that was the way things would go. And I don't tend to have the RNY and or DS side effects. Some of my RNY folks get pretty bad dumping still and stuff like that. So I would do it again. If I woke up tomorrow morning, my sleeve was gone, I would definitely do it. I would go back and have it done. No problem. So even now, we're just to maintain. So, okay, on my way down, ask, has your weight loss affected your children's health weight? No, my kids were lucky and got mainly their mother's genetics when it came to that. They're pretty lean, fit kids. My son, he's vegetarian, and I've seen his weight fluctuate a little bit. But I think that's been more with just college and working. Like, he's sitting down more, and so I know over the summer he was a little bit more conscious of what he was eating and stuff. But he's got that where, if I just, he's still young enough, and he's got his mom's genetics, so he can just like back stuff down and it adjusts quickly. My daughter's a string bean; she's growing like a weed. She's in that teenage girl phase, so where she like eats like a bird or she eats like a linebacker. There's no in between. She's in that growing phase. So. Let's see. Also asked, do you or have you managed their diet? I manage their diet in the sense of the shit I don't buy at the store. I mean, I will limit the kind of crap I bring home, but that's about it. But I don't really deny them either. I mean, I don't feel like I should deny them like a box of crackers because I'm going to be tempted to eat them. That's my problem. They have normal metabolisms with normal, portion control, abilities, and I shouldn't be taking that away from them. So I don't. But sometimes, I don't buy a ton of it. All right. Do your children's mother agree? I should have brought my reading glasses. This is part of the problem. Do you and your children's mother agree on a family eating exercise plan? I don't. My ex-wife and I don't really talk about it. My son is 18. He's 19 now. He lives with me full time. He's pretty much responsible for his own meals. Like, he tells me what to buy and he makes them because he's vegetarian and I'm not. I'm totally opposite of vegetarian. My daughter just kind of eats usually whatever I'm eating or usually whatever her brother's eating. It just depends on which one's more appealing. And then at her mom's house, I know she tends to get more junk and stuff. But my daughter's very active. She's out and about, running around, walking the dog, all kinds of stuff. So I don't think Allison and I really have ever talked about it. Okay, Pearl asks, Pearl Esme, sorry if I said that wrong. Do you wish you had surgery earlier? What was the deciding factor to have VSG? I think, do I wish I had surgery earlier? Hell yes. I wish I had had surgery decades ago. My life would have been very different. And I would have been very different, I think. And I would have gotten to this place so much sooner. And I cannot tell you guys, this is another little regret. I might backtrack a little bit. Well, okay, let me answer the other part of your question and then I'll backtrack. Deciding factor for VSG was, I kind of mentioned that already, but I was almost going to do the band and I just did not want a foreign object inside my body. And TJ actually, for those of you who remember old Fat Kings, or watched the most recent 5-year recap, he was the one that actually discovered VSG and turned me on to it. And once I saw that, it was like a no-brainer. So as far as the mental stuff, I would just have loved to have been at this healthier mental place sooner. And I know I'm nowhere near the end of that rainbow. I'm still working hard, I'm working on my issues and stuff. All right. Let's see. Less of me, VSG. I hear you talking about set points often. I think I've reached one at 7 months out from VSG. I find myself at a weight as I was for a large portion of my adult life, but not one I want to stay at. I feel stuck. It could be my body playing catch up. How did you overcome set points along your weight loss journey? Measuring tape is pretty much how I did that. Every time I got stuck on a number, my body was changing drastically. Like, I would be losing inches even when I wasn't losing pounds. And that being said, you have to have a little talk with yourself and make sure, and I'm not suggesting you're not, but make sure that you are eating exactly the way you were the 6 months prior. You have to be eating the diet. You have to work the diet, especially at the 7. I would say 9 months is about the longest run. You get the best bang for the buck at 9 months, in my opinion. After that, it starts to taper off. It's pretty easy to maintain for the first year or two, but after that, the first year after the first year, so the second year, I should say. After that, you guys know what happened to me in year 3, so I don't have to revisit that for you. Jessica C. I do wonder, now that you're in year 5, have you talked to nutritionists about your calories? Yes, everybody agrees I don't eat enough calories. And yet, when I eat more calories, my weight goes up. While all the professionals say there's no way you should be only eating that few of calories, my scale says otherwise. It sucks, and that's just my reality. So I can cry about that, or I can say, well, it's okay to eat more calories because the nutritionist says so, and I can gain weight and be miserable, or I can just suck it up. That's what it is. Some days I have a few more calories, and other days I tend to hover around that 1,000, 1,200 calorie range, which I know women in this community in the losing phase are eating that much. So it's kind of funny that a full-ass grown man who works out like I do can maintain that. So when the apocalypse comes and I'm the last one standing because you guys have all starved to death, I'll be lonely. All right, let's see here. Sleeving Serenity. I forgot to ask my questions. Oh, okay. So she had a bunch of questions that I'll try to go through these fast. Where were you born? I was born in California, Hayward, California. Where do you want my social security number to? I can see where this is going. I'm kidding. What type of kid were you? The jokester, the smart kid, the troublemaker? Oh, I was a smart ass because I was a fat kid. I had to make everybody laugh. My wit was my weapon. I could clown on anybody. I think I still have quite a bit of that in me. I can remember just running mental circles around grown-ass adults and, being able to clown on them and them not being able to clown back. So I think it was pretty funny. I love to laugh. If I can get a laugh out of a room, shit. Dude, once I get one, it's like blood in the water, man. I'm going to try and make you laugh and laugh and laugh. So I enjoy it. It makes me feel good. When did I shave my head? Pretty much at the point where I just clippered it down because it was so gone. I mean, I started losing my hair at 18, and I really have no issue with it whatsoever. I don't miss it. If tomorrow morning they said, look, here's a pill, you can grow all your hair back, the novelty of it might be interesting, but I really have no interest in it. I am completely fine with being bald. I don't mind it at all. Let's see. So I just started, once I clippered it, it was just a matter of the next step was dragging a razor over it. It took me about 2 or 3 years to do it, but I did it. What did I do after high school and college? I think I've talked about this. I ran my own company for a while. I started an internet design firm back when there were no internet design firms. I was an advertising major coming out of college, so my buddy was a business major, and so we ponied up about $5 or $6 grand. We opened up a little shop. We bought a couple of machines, computers. We started pitching big companies to do their websites, and we landed the California lottery. And we were their only web designer for the first 5 years of them being online. Did some amazing stuff, and then, man, we were just high demand. We were in high demand back in the industry, so we had job offers and offers we finally couldn't refuse, and that's what I did. Went back to and did that for a while until I moved here. So, alrighty, and the last one, do I like sports? Not particularly. I mean, I'll go watch an Avs game. I'll watch a hockey game live. I'll go to a baseball game once in a while just for the company and the bullshit, and I don't even care. I don't watch the game usually. But no, not a sports guy. All right, last one. There's the last question. So we'll end it on this one. So Voodoo Queen asks, anything. We can ask anything? Question mark, exclamation point. What is the meaning of life? I can tell you what the meaning of life is. It's good to be the king.